Okay, so my fact is, if you live in the Shetland Islands, north of Scotland, your local Ikea is in Norway.
That is one of my favourite facts we've ever had on this show.
Ethan, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I'm walking on quite a fine line with Baffled. I mean, I've almost lost my seat in this podcast weekly. You've come in, you've been great, you've provided a great fact. So I think I'll be out of a job by the end of the week, won't I, Mark?
I mean, I'm not going to rule it out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rule it out.
That's crazy.
Would you like some bonus information?
Oh, he's immediately better than Connor.
Yep, he's done research. Bring us the bonus.
Okay, so if you live in the Shetland Islands, which if you look at a map of England, just at the top, the United Kingdom, sorry, if you look just up at the sort of the northeastern corner, there's a small collection of islands in the North Sea. From there, if you travelled 228 miles east, you'd arrive in the Norwegian city of Bergen, which has an Ikea. Mm-hmm. However, if you wanted to get to an Ikea in the British Isles, I'm sorry, you've got to go to Edinburgh. And that's 312 miles south.
I thought you were just generally saying, sorry, you've got to go to Edinburgh.
This is wonderful. That's crazy, isn't it? I love facts like that. Really mind-blowing as well.
Do you reckon they've got a ferry that is called like the Ikea ferry that purely just goes to Norway?
The Ikea Uber boat.
Right, I've looked this up.
God.
I'm loving Ethan's work.
There we go then.
Because I thought to myself, if you want to get IKEA furniture to the Shetland Islands, you're going to have to go overseas either way. Because from Norway, you've got to travel over the North Sea, or from Edinburgh, you've got to go up on a ferry. It turns out there is an IKEA delivery freight service that travels every 2 weeks from Edinburgh to the Shetland Islands. It's a designated freight agents. They collect from IKEA's Edinburgh depot every other Thursday. And they transport it up to the island of Lerwick, I think it is.
Yeah. That's right.
At the very reasonable charge of 150 quid for a full IKEA pallet.
This seems like my kind of thing, because I will be honest with you. I'm looking at moving out right now, okay?
Are you thinking Shetland?
No, hear me out a minute. I'm looking at moving out with my girlfriend, and we've done a few IKEA runs. We're buying bits as we're going along. It is an absolute nightmare to fit IKEA stuff into your boot. At least with this, you don't have to think about it. It arrives at your front door.
Biggest thing about it is, what do people want to do, though, Ethan, if they're those people that, I'm just going to go down to IKEA on a Friday night to have the meatballs. You know those people. The people that don't do anything, they're just going for the meatballs. They're going for the dime bars. How do we fulfill their needs?
They move.
Well, you can get a direct ferry to Bergen if you wanted to do the Norway one, but that'll be an overnighter. So, you might...
It's a long way.
You might still be hungry afterwards. You can get a plane from Lerwick to the mainland, but then you'd only be able to get, to Inverness, and you'd have to drive south from there.
Can you imagine the extra baggage costs if you're flying, trying to get a Billy bookcase on?
Well, I think if you wanted to buy from Bergen, if you wanted to get from the IKEA Bergen, the problem then is that you'd have to pay import tax on it.
And EU, especially at the moment, and that custom's going to be sky high.
See, what you're doing there, Ethan, is you're reading between the lines. You're thinking about the next bit.
Well, if I'm ever in the Shetland Islands and desperately need like a table or something, like I don't have the carpentry skills to hew it out of some wood, but I can Google IKEA.
Absolutely.
Although it is a little bit like the bins. If you miss him, you got to wait for another 2 weeks till you get around.